Hey everybody, Jake here. I'm Jake Dempsey and I am part of the Dempseys. Christy is my wife. We like to talk about entrepreneurship and networking and sometimes little crazy antics about our family. This Periscope is going to actually be about OilyTools and the new push notification feature. If you're watching the replay, make sure that you watch the content. And if you enjoy the content, make sure to give us a few hearts. Hey, just one drop. I'm doing great. How are you doing? So this particular Periscope is going to be about OilyTools. So if you are in our network marketing company, then this is probably going to be of use to you. If you're not a member of our network marketing company or not a user of OilyTools, this may not be that great. Thanks for sharing, Homemade Mommy. Hey from Mississippi. Can't wait. Me too. If you just got the latest update, I'm telling you, this is going to rock your world. And if you're not using this yet, you are missing out on a fantastic set of features. So hey, Sarah, I'm sorry you can't get yours to update. Message me on Facebook after this scope, and I'll try to get you squared away to make sure you get it set up okay. Hey, W Quarter, how are you guys doing? So if you're new to Periscope, we're going to talk about OilyTools, and make sure you share this with people in your team. One of the reasons I wanted to do this, what is it? OilyTools is an app for people to manage their young living business. You love OilyTools. Thank you, Jazz Ashley. I can't read it's fading away. All right, great. We're going to hop right in because I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know you've got busy days today. So I've got my iPad here that we're going to use as kind of the test application. And what I'm going to do before we actually jump into notifications is show you how to get OilyTools on your iPad, because some people, awesome for recognizing new ranking. I know, right? How many of you have already gotten product stock notifications through OilyTools and it's rocking your world? When I was testing this and I showed Christy that, hey, I just got back, the Tranquil came back in stock, and she's like, what? And it was because I was getting the push notifications before she was, and she was not very happy with that. All right, so before I hop in, I'm going to switch over and show you my iPad. I'll still be able to see your comments, and just a quick tip, if you're asking a question, it might be best to copy it to your clipboard, because sometimes the comments scroll really quickly and it'll fade before I can get to it. So if you don't see your question answered, feel free to paste it again, and I'll try to get that for you. You enabled notifications, but you're not getting sound alerts. I don't know what could potentially cause that. We do send the metadata to the phone to tell it to alert the phone. One thing you should make sure is that the settings in your device, which is different for iPhone and Android, that they're turned on. And there's actually settings for each of those devices that describe what you want the notification to do. Like, should it show in your home screen? Should it show in your notification drawer? Is it allowed to do sound? So check your settings to make sure that's set the way you want. Another thing I have seen, if you're an Android user, some people have reported that after installing the new update and turning on notifications, they didn't get them. And we can't figure out why that is, but every person I've talked to said that they go into their Android phone and there's a priority setting on the application for notifications. And if you turn that priority on and then do a restart of your Android phone, they start working. So I don't know if it's a phone issue or maybe something in the OilyTools code base that's causing that. I'm not sure. But if you do have that issue, make sure you have the priority set to on and then do a quick restart, and then you'll start getting the notifications. So I'm going to turn this around and show you my iPad, and we're going to start showing you some stuff. So, all right. So let me pull up the iPad. I'm trying to do this a little differently than I was in the past with my simulator, and I'm hoping this works okay for you. And before we jump into the app, I'm just going to show you, if you're not sure how to get OilyTools on your iPad, if you open the App Store on your iPad and you go to the App Store and do a search for OilyTools, you may find that it doesn't show up. I'm going to reset my iPhone. Okay. So when you do a search, if you look up here, it'll say iPhone only. But when you first open it, it usually says iPad only for the iPad. So when you search for OilyTools in this search box and click search or touch search, you won't get any results back. So what you need to do is make sure in this top corner you choose iPhone only, and then when you do that same search, you'll get the OilyTools application, and then you can install it to your iPad. So I've already done that, so I'm just going to go open the app again. And the first thing we're going to walk through is how do you find the notification settings. The notification settings are under the More tab, which is this far right button. If you open your OilyTools and you don't see an alerts and you don't see a more, it means you haven't updated OilyTools yet. You don't have the latest version. And the version number shows on the login screen. And I think the current version is now 6.0.1. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're loving OilyTools. I appreciate that. So we're going to hop into more. And on more, we have a bunch of different features. And you guys have probably used a lot of these features, the different reports, the new movers and shakers. But what we're going to focus on right now is this settings under account. That's what I can't get mine to do, is upload the newest version. Okay, Sarah, so I've seen people have this problem where they go into their app store on their phone and they do an install, and all it does is open the same version. And that's something to do with your app store. And what I typically do to solve that problem is just delete the app. If you delete the app and then go install it, it will force the app store to install the latest version. How is OilyTools different from the VO? That's a really great question, but a really long answer. The shortest answer I can give you is that we calculate your Young Living earnings every single day for all 10 ranks, and we do it multiple times a day. And we provide a lot more value on top of your data, like statistics that are running daily statistics on your business that you can use to grow your business. And we give you a mobile-friendly downline viewer to kind of manage your team, and then a ton of other features. So you look in this more section, and these are all the different features that we give you in OilyTools over the VO. And the thing about OilyTools is it's a real application. You're not using the browser to access the VO. You're using a native application to harness all the power out of your virtual office. So if you're on the scope and you use OilyTools, you could probably give a testimony on how you like OilyTools, or what's the best thing it does for your business. And I'll make just a quick plug here that if you're telling your team about OilyTools or you're gifting it to people, make sure you let them know why you find it so valuable, because what you might find is they get OilyTools but don't understand the value of it as well as you do. So make sure you give them 1 or 2 tips on why it's important to you and how it helps your business. Maybe show them a few stats. I love the new rankers and the money missers too. I mean, that's huge information to help you find PV in your downline. So there's a ton of features in OilyTools that go above and beyond what you get out of just the standard virtual office. So yes, I agree. It's fantastic. We use this tool every day. I mean, Christy and I use OilyTools on a daily basis to help our team. So I'm going to hop into settings. And under settings, we have 3 new features here. Account email, notifications, and international market adjustment. We're going to focus on this notifications here. So when you go into notifications, this is where you will set up the notifications that you want OilyTools to give you. And you will get 2 types of notifications. You'll get push notifications, meaning you get that little pop-up on your phone, that comes when the app is not open. And then you also, mine is still showing trying to connect. Sheila, if you're seeing like a loading indicator that never goes away, one thing you can also try is do a quick restart of your phone, and usually that'll resolve the issue as well. So on notification settings, you'll get a push notification, but you also get an account alert, and I'll show you the account alerts in just a moment. But we're going to walk through like what these are and how you might configure them. So the first one is for people who are addicted to OilyTools, like me and Christy. And it's basically, if you turn this on, every time OilyTools updates the data in our system, meaning every time we get data from Young Living and calculate your earnings, you'll get a push notification. And if you've been with OilyTools like I have, obviously, from the beginning, you know that we used to get 1 update a day. And then we moved to 3 updates a day. And now you probably are going to see that we update quite a bit more frequently than 1 or 3 times a day. And if you have that turned on, then you'll get a bunch of updates. To OilyTools, I want to see a yes or addicted as a comment, because I used to joke with Christy because we would wake up and the first thing we would do in the morning is check OilyTools because we're addicted to it, and we built it. So whenever whenever I see that we have a tool, look at all these yeses, all these indeeds. These are people who find real value in this tool. I am one of those. I wish I could type a comment because I would be doing addicted with thumbs up, high fives, because I am so addicted to OilyTools. And now that it updates so many times a day, is your upline listed? Your upline is not listed, so you can see your downline, but we don't show any upline information above and beyond yourself, meaning you can look at any person in your downline, even if they're 20 levels deep, and you can see their upline up to you, but not above you. Yes, it updates many times a day. So someone said, do you have videos or training material? We just started doing training videos that you can watch in the More section. There's actually a feature now called OilyTools Training, and I think there's 3 videos in there. And I'm starting to do videos that I'll post in that feature so that you can actually learn how to use OilyTools right from the application. And those are actually also being posted to the OilyTools YouTube channel that you can find on YouTube, and all those will be there. And as Edie just said, there is going to be an OilyTools breakout session at convention, and there's also going to be an OilyTools booth right in the Gaylord in the main hall. I think there's 3 or 4 other vendors that are going to be in that area, and OilyTools will be there. So if you want to stop by and say hello or ask a question, I will be there. So come by and say hello and ask a question, or just come hang out, because I'll be there watching everybody walk by. Okay. Is it true that you partnered with YL? Yeah, it is. So Starter Step, which is the company that I own, the consulting firm, we partnered with Young Living as of, I think it was October of last year. We signed a formal agreement. We're actually one of the very few formal partners with Young Living to provide tools to the member base. And OilyTools is one of those things that we've built. And not that I can talk about it, but there's actually something else I'm working on that's going to be huge, big, huge. All right, let me hop back over so we can look at the application. So we've looked at the OilyTools updates. Can they get a link in the Getting Started page in the VO? You know what? I'll ask Jeff Corrigan and Greg DeLong that. That's a great question. I do know that there's a member resources area called Business Tools, and the the OilyTools link is there. But yeah, maybe it makes sense for that to be in the business building section for people getting started. So new rankers, if you turn this on, this will give you notifications for every new ranker in your entire downline. And that means new ranks in terms of their new highest rank. So if they were executive last month and they rank up to silver this month, as soon as they rank up to silver, within the hour, you will get a notification that they just ranked up. And I don't know about you guys, but that is a business changer. If you're able to know when people rank up immediately without having to to hound your VO watching their downline and watching their rank, that gives you this amazing opportunity to reach out, call them, and congratulate them immediately. And sometimes you are going to know before they even know that they ranked up, which is insane. Now, if you have a large downline and you don't want to get every single person, when you turn this on, notice how that section collapses. So when it's turned on, you have some additional configurations. You can limit this to only your personally enrolled so that you only know when your personally enrolled's rank up. And you can even set a maximum level. So maybe you want to know when people rank up in your team up to, say, level 5 or 10 or 20. You can actually just put that number here, and we will make sure not to notify you for anyone that's outside of that level. And you can use both of these in combination. So if you only want to look at your personally enrolled up to level 5, then you could do that. You could use both of those configurations together, and we will only give you a push notification and an application alert when that occurs. So it's a really granular way for you to kind of tune this to where you get the notifications that you're looking for. Can't wait to reach a level 10 or 20. You will get there, I promise. You love your products and you keep sharing, and you will get there. All right, new members. You can turn on new members. New members is so that you know when new people are enrolling in your team. And this is also going to alert you when someone's placed in your team out of the orphan pool. So when you turn this on, again, it collapses when it's off, and it expands when it's on, and then you can set a maximum level. So if you only want to know when you get new members up to a certain level, you can type in that level, and we'll notify you if they're within that level up to the maximum. If you've just joined us, we're going over the notification settings in OilyTools. If you're watching the replay and you're loving the content, make sure that you share this with people in your team. And if you love the content, make sure to give us a few hearts along the way. It helps give us credibility that the content we're providing is actually useful and that you guys are enjoying it. I know the product stock notifications to me they're huge. You know, I remember when we would find out that a product came in stock because we saw a graphic that someone maybe did on Facebook, and that's how we knew something came in stock. And the great thing about the product stock notifications, which currently, just as a little caveat, is only using the U.S. product catalog. If you are not in the U.S., this may not be as beneficial to you because it is using the U.S. product catalog stocking information. In the future, we're hoping in the settings to have a place where you can choose your market. And when you choose your market like Australia or Canada, then we will use the product catalogs in those markets. We haven't gotten that evolved yet, and we're hoping to get to that point at some point. But I think right now, you know, with this showing in the U.S. as a feature, it lets us really get an understanding of how this is being used and if people are finding value in it. And what we're finding so far is people are finding great value. So I'm sure we will be moving to a point where we have a market selection process. How much is OT? OilyTools is a monthly subscription service that is $6.99 per month. And if you want my biased opinion, because I'm super biased, it will be the easiest $6.99 you spend a month. To know what you're going to make each day, to know what you're going to make each day in OilyTools every day for all your ranks, plus the statistics, plus the downline information. It's so worth it. The amount of energy that goes into keeping this tool running and the support that we provide to the user base. You know, I tell people all the time, we care our face off and we listen to you guys and we build features just because you say you need them, because at the end of the day, this is for you and you're growing your business. And guess what? Christy and I are growing our business, so we need this. I think, yeah, I agree, Wholesome Mom. Even at a star, it's worth it. The app is free. It's like Netflix, right? You can go to the App Store and download the Netflix app. That's free. But the application is actually a monthly subscription of $6.99. All right, so product stock. If you turn on product stock, again, collapses. If I can, I'm trying to look at my Periscope and hit the keyboard at the same time. Let me make that go away. Sorry. Oh, is there a specific date the drafts? Oh, I think I just saw when does the money come out. It's based on when you subscribe. So if you subscribe on, say, the 15th of the month, then every month on the 15th, that's when it'll deduct the amount from your card. All right, so when you turn on product stock, that's going to give you in-stock and out-of-stock notifications for every product in the product catalog if you have this turned on. If you don't have this turned on, it will only give you product stock notifications for whatever you have favorited. Now, some people don't know what that means. So I'm going to leave the notifications just for a second and show you what that means. I'm going to go back to the more list, and there's a product search feature. And in the product search feature, you can search for products. And I'm just going to search for, I don't know, Valor. Sorry, I got to type while I'm looking. So I'm going to type Valor. I get back these 3 products. When you see a product in the product search results, all you do is touch the heart, and the heart turns pink. That means you favorited it, which means when you go back to the list of products and you ever refresh that screen, it's always going to show you a list of all the things you have favorited. So when you go back to more, let me go back again to the settings. Just bear with me for a second. How much to gift to a downline? I'll go over that in just a moment. So back over here to product stock. When that's turned on, by default, you're going to get it for all the things you have favorited. When you turn this configuration on, you get it for every product. You don't have to have it favorited. Now, some people don't want out-of-stock notifications. So if you don't want out-of-stock notifications, you only want in-stock notifications, then you would turn that on. Now, I love information. So I keep that turned off because I want to know when something goes in stock, out of stock, and I want it on all products. For you to let people know when things are out of stock too, because maybe it's a product that people really love and you want to make sure that they go update their ER orders because maybe it's something that they put on ER very frequently but it just went out of stock. That's a great way for you to communicate with your team that such and such is out of stock. Maybe you should go update your ER order and put something different. If you're just joining us, we're talking about OilyTools and the new notification feature that exists inside OilyTools. If you're part of our Young Living network marketing company, this is going to be very useful. If you're not part of our network marketing company, then you need to find out about oils and get a part of our network marketing company and learn about OilyTools. If you're loving the content, make sure to give us a few hearts. It's a great feature. Thanks for sharing this. You're welcome. The notifications has been on my mind for a really long time, and it was a really big effort, but we knew we were going to build it at some point, and we just took the plunge and built it so that we would have it all before convention. And hopefully everyone's got their update and they're getting those updates and getting the push notifications now. So outside of the push notifications, when you configure this, you're going to get notified every time it updates. And what you're going to find is that it updates pretty frequently now. Just FYI, if you are wanting to follow us, the Dempseys, then you swipe, I think it's left to right. I haven't figured out this screen thing, but I'll just do it both ways. You swipe left or right. See, you can't even tell which way I'm going. And you'll click on the Dempseys and you'll click follow. And we love to do Periscopes on network marketing. We love doing on entrepreneurship and sometimes the crazy antics of our family. I'm Jake Dempsey and my wife is Christy Dempsey, and we're called the Dempseys. Or we are the Dempseys. We're not called the Dempseys. We are the Dempseys. So let's say you've got these push notifications configured and you're getting push notifications in your app when the app isn't open. They also show up, and I'm going to hop back over to my iPad to show you. You also get them in this area called alerts. So if you look down here, there's a new button called alerts. We used to have products here, but products has been moved to the more section. We just looked at that. So in the alerts, everything that you get a push notification on, you also get it in this alert section. So like, an hour ago, OilyTools updated, and look at this. Look at these great notifications about stock. Now, if you turned off that you don't want to know when stuff goes out of stock, you are missing out on this great information. Some people may love purification and have it in their ER order. Well, now that's not going to be in their ER order, and you need to make sure they replace it with something else in their ER order so that they don't miss out on their promo, or it drops below a certain ERPV. The mouthwash went out of stock. And if you scroll through here, and I don't know how long ago we got a new product. I know recently we got like Tranquil and Joy and a couple roll-ons back in stock. But if you scroll through here, you'll see all the different types that you'll get, and you'll see like OilyTools updated. So OilyTools, you're now seeing the inner workings of how much we are updating as an application, which is hopefully very beneficial. And I'll quit scrolling through here because I was going to find another stock notification. But looks like I haven't got one in a day or so. But I know not long ago we got that Tranquil and I think Joy and some other things that came super powerful. That's really the feature. I'm going to stop talking about the feature. So we've talked about how you get OilyTools on your iPad. Remember, go to the iTunes store, search for OilyTools, and make sure that you're searching for iPhone only. And it's because we don't build the application for iPad yet. It basically installs the iPhone version. Later, we will have, is the in-stock icon different? No, they're both the same. You get that little barcode, and it just tells you is it in stock or not. So you search for iPhone only. In the future, we are going to build an iPad-specific version of OilyTools. To be honest, it's just been a little lower on the priority list as we worked on other features like push. I got to take a break. I'm going to have some Ningxia water. If you don't know about Ningxia water, Ningxia, nitro, all water, 3 drops of lemon, 1 drop of lime, or tangerine, or citrus fresh, any kind of citrus oil, it's amazing. So try it. It's delicious. I'm going to have some right now. So I'm going to take a pause and ask you guys if you have any questions. We'll spend a few minutes on the notifications. If you have any questions about the notifications, or if you have any questions about OilyTools, I can help you. If you have it on your phone and iPad, do you have to set up notifications on both? No, you don't. Now, you do have to log in, but when you set up notifications, we actually save that with your customer profile on our server. So as long as you're logged in to your iPad and logged into your iPhone device, if the app is closed, then you're going to get notifications on both. So it's not device specific. Oh, gifting. Someone asked about gifting. Alerts aren't updating. Tips. Edie, message me on Facebook because I need a little bit more details on what you mean by that. Repeat the recipe. Okay, and then we're going to talk about gifting. Don't let me forget to talk about gifting. This is my water bottle. I have no idea how many ounces this holds, but I put in, you see that bottom blue mark here? The bottom one, that's probably 2 ounces of Ningxia. So usually 1 Ningxia pack, or I pour about 2 ounces of Ningxia in here. If it's during the day, I need a little bit of nitro because A, it tastes delicious and I need a little boost. As you can tell, I'm I have no energy. And then I fill the rest with water and I put 3 drops of lemon and 1 drop of lime essential oil. And I shake it up, and that's what I call Ningxia water. It helps me drink a lot of water during the day, and it really does taste incredible. My favorite oil is actually tangerine, and I've been a little lazy about pulling the tangerine out of the cabinet because the lime and lemon are right there by the fridge because I use those every day. So I've been using those. But tangerine's my favorite oil to use, and citrus fresh is really great too. I haven't tried any others. I think other people have showed me, like people use cassia or peppermint, which kind of spice it up, but I haven't tried that. I love the citrus oil. So that's my Ningxia water, and I drink a few of these a day. And when it's late at night, I just don't put the nitro in it. You're welcome. Okay, so grapefruit, that'd be good too. Orange would be good too. So gifting in OilyTools, and I don't have my laptop here, but if you go to OilyTools.com and log in, there's a link in the top right that you log in. And when you log in the top left, you'll see what I call a hamburger menu. It's the 3 straight lines on top of each other. That's the menu icon. If you touch that menu icon or click it because you're on your computer, and you scroll, there's a little left menu. There's a feature there called Gift OilyTools. And I think a month or so ago, we created a permanent feature that allows you to gift OilyTools to someone who's never had it for an entire month for $1. If you have gifted OilyTools for $1, give me a 1 in your comment. It's a really great way to gift OilyTools to someone in your team that you know wants to grow a business and needs the tools to support them and give them the data they need to help other people. It's $1, and it's very, very inexpensive way for you to get people engaged in OilyTools. You can actually go to your stats section in OilyTools, and there's a stat called OilyTools participation, and that metric is a percentage of how many senior stars and above are actually using OilyTools in your team. Now, people say, well, what's a good metric? Well, it's better than it was last month. Make sure that people know about OilyTools and make sure that they understand why you love it. Can you change the day of the monthly renewal? You actually can't. It's our billing system. There is a way to do it, but it's kind of, you got to jump through a few hoops. You can actually cancel your account, and then on whatever the day is that you want it to renew, you sign up, or not sign up, but you update your payment information, which causes a new subscription to be added to your account, and that creates a new kind of renewal period for you. But there's no way for us to go in and just say, start charging this person on the 15th instead of the 8th. It just doesn't exist in our billing system. Can you gift? You cannot. So if someone has already got OilyTools, you can't gift it to them for any period of time. And it's, again, part of our billing system. Our billing system is an automated recurring billing program, and it doesn't understand the notion of what are called credits. Because what would happen, right, is if someone was already a user and you wanted to gift them 3 months, what we should do in the system is credit their account so that the next time they're billed, it would bill from the credits, not from their card. And I've actually requested this feature from our billing processor, but we don't have that capability currently. So that's why you can only gift OilyTools to someone who has never been a paying member, because once they're in the billing system, we can't apply any type of credits to their account. And make them a certificate and give them a gift card. There you go. You could do that. Or you could say, hey, if you can't use it because you're already an OilyTools user, you pick someone in your downline that you think is going to be a great builder that needs a tool, and let's gift it to them. So it can actually be they can be a proxy for another business builder. If they know someone in their team that could really benefit from the tool and they are already using it, so they love it, then you can say, hey, you've won this 3-month gift because of the contest or whatever you're doing. Ask them if there's someone in their downline that you could gift it to instead. That way that there's someone else in their team getting this great tool to help them grow their business. That's what I would do. Any other questions? Any notification questions or general questions about OilyTools? It is, I'm just going to check us for time. It's 12:30, so I don't want to keep you guys too long. We'll stay for another minute or two. If you're watching this replay, I hope you've enjoyed the content. Make sure to share the content, and you can follow up the Dempseys, and again, it's either swipe left or right, I don't remember. And you can follow us for future Periscopes that Christy and I will do. Delete old alerts. No, you don't have to delete them. The system will just hold them forever. They don't hurt the system. Gifting. Can you gift for $1 per month? No, you can only gift $1 for the very first month the person's ever had OilyTools. Where's the best place to start getting into things? Oh, I missed the... So if you want to learn about OilyTools, there's a OilyTools training feature inside of OilyTools that you can learn about OilyTools. And I think I saw you said you're getting started with YL. One of the best places to start with learning about YL is first your sponsor. Get connected in a Facebook group that has people in there that you can learn from. And then there's a ton of great resources in the member resources section of the virtual office. So there's a lot of ways you can get information in Young Living that'll help you grow your business. And one of those should be connecting with your sponsor and other cross-line members. Find people that you want to follow. If you're not in our team but like our content, please participate. We are all about Team Young Living and love sharing content with everyone. If you're an OilyTools user, you can, or not an OilyTools user, you can join the OilyTools Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/OilyTools. We post in there frequently about new features we're building and collaborate as often as we can with the user base on what we're building and solicit ideas from the user base. Push notifications actually was because we asked the Facebook group, what did you want us to build next? And we had I think 4 or 5 options, and people got to vote. And push notifications blew everything else out of the water. So we started tackling that. I'm going to wrap up now. It's 12:32, and again, I don't want to take up too much of your Monday. I just want to say thank you guys for joining and taking the time to learn more about OilyTools. Thanks for listening to me, and hopefully that you'll follow Christy and I and be part of more of the Dempsey's Periscopes. And I just want to say thanks for providing us with some hearts to let us know that you love the content. I love the color that's going up the screen, and I know that Christy will love that too. She is a heart fanatic. So I just want to say thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful Monday. And now that you know about notifications, make sure your team does, because they may be missing out on this great stuff, okay? Have a wonderful day. Bye.